Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanuck127 and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're going to be talking more about Black Desert Online coming to the Xbox One, and we're going to be going over one of their new dev notes. Now what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to try and cover every dev note up until the beta, and then if they make more after that, every dev note up until early access release, however they decide to launch the game or however that works. But yeah, I'm going to just trying to cover these to give you guys some type of news, some type of insight on the game and stuff like that, because I do realize how important this game is, especially to a lot of us console players right now. Because I'm going to be honest, I know a lot of the MMOs we have been getting on console lately haven't been exactly up to par and up to our standards of what we were expecting, and I completely understand that. So this one here is kind of like a this is the last straw for everybody and stuff like that, and I get the way you guys are feeling. Trust me, I'm not mad at you. I understand. But with that being said, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and provide the most insight that I can, because one thing I have to give these guys props for is they've given us a billion delays with this game, but at least they're willing to talk about it now. That's the that's something. It's a step in the right direction. It's something. And after we talk about this dev note, I am going to give my thoughts and opinions about the delay and stuff like that, and some things that I've been hearing about this game. As you guys know, a good buddy of mine, Nova DBZ, he went to E3, got to chat with the devs a little bit, and I did watch his video, so I'm going to share some of my insight and thoughts on that. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get to the dev note. This one is dev note number 3. It's all about character customization. It goes to say character customization is one of the key features of Black Desert. With the feature pretty much complete for the Xbox version, we spoke to lead producer Kwang Sam Kim about customization features and how they have translated to the Xbox One version of the game. The first question goes, how important is customization to Black Desert? The most fun thing about an RPG genre is thinking about the role that I'm going to play, who I am, what I'm going to do, what should I become. Well, this is where we all start. So I choose a class, I can use some skills, but other players will be able to do the same thing too. Sure, there will be differences in the way players play the class, but the concept overall is the same. You can't remove this sameness. So how can we stand out? The answer to this question is why I developed such a detailed character customization tool. You can create beautiful or handsome characters, incredibly fierce and scary characters, or characters with absurd concepts and will. The looks of a character is the easiest and most obvious way of telling others who you are. Eventually, how you play your character will grow, and how you play the character will mold into the way you play the game. This is the experience that we strive to give our players. As the tagline of the game implies, you can become your true self. Now, for you guys, if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen, I would suggest looking up some videos on Black Desert's character customization. It is on like a Dark Souls level. This game's character customization is beautiful. That's why, and the graphics, you guys have seen the game's visuals. It's pretty self-explanatory. That's why I always used to say one reason I was really surprised this game was coming to Xbox One first of all platforms, because it's a really graphically and powerful, it demands a lot of power out of a system, even out of a PC, because I can only imagine the toll that this game takes on consoles. That's why I was surprised, the Xbox One being the weaker system out of hitting the PS4. No offense, to either side, not trying to play console wars here, just stating statistics. That's why I was really shocked that this game was coming to the Xbox One first. But here we go to the next question. The customization is a big draw to the game, but how do you feel it ties into the game as a whole? Black Desert is a huge open world experience. Having players run around looking different helps the game come to life. When all players look different, when everyone has their own unique style, a game feels organic. It shows that we all have different stories that brought us to the game world, and those stories manifest themselves in the appearance that we choose. Next question, they go to ask about the controls. The controls for customization are really intuitive. Was it difficult to create? They say the customization controls on PC are detailed but intuitive. Using a mouse to fine-tune different sections of the character makes sense, but translating that to console was difficult. We hope that the controls we developed allow Xbox players to enjoy customizing their characters. The next question follows. Since we've talked about controls that are very intuitive, what gave you inspiration of the controller layout? Black Desert is a massive open-world MMORPG, but at its core it's an action game. Dodging, defending, and attacking combine together to reward players for perfect play and timing. And when dozens or even hundreds of players collaborate together engaging in combat, it is something beautiful to watch. This style of free-flow action is what I think makes the game so attractive. That's why we designed a controller layout with an action game mindset instead of an MMORPG mindset. So we know, and which is I'm pretty sure it's obvious, from the gameplay you guys have seen of Black Desert, it's an action, it's a action combat style game. So it's going to feel similar to Terra or Skyforge, or something like of that nature. Next question says, because this version is for Xbox, what are some things you have to keep in mind when developing the game? He goes to say, we've already talked about controls previously, so I guess we'll talk about a different issue. The UI for the PC version of Black Desert is now quite old, and definitely not console friendly. Earlier this year, I thought that I would only need to recreate the most important UI for console, and we could keep the other parts the same. But once I made the new UI, I realized it was a lot of work. Eventually, I got to the point of simply redesigning the UI from the ground up for the whole game. I apologize for this again, since this is one of the reasons that the development has been delayed. Right now, most of the revealed Black Desert materials are either battles or beautiful sceneries. It may seem like an action RPG that just fights on top of beautiful backdrops, but in reality, Black Desert is filled with life. In addition to the combat content, which is simply fighting monsters and collecting items, there are a huge number of other features such as gathering, crafting, fishing, housing, farming, etc. In other words, there was so much UI to work with that the redesign was like creating a whole new game. After all this, the UI rebuild has been a tough task, but I think new players will appreciate the cleaner game experience, whilst those who know the original Black Desert will be able to experience it in a brand new way. And the final question goes, now that the customization tools have been completed, what's the next big task? The biggest piece of the remaining work is to recreate the story of the game. The plan right now is to build upon the foundations that were set before, but create a more dramatic story. The story of Black Desert itself has so many threads that we can easily reinforce what has come before, as well as create a story that is satisfying to new and existing players. I will continue to work on the story, and my hope is to be able to admire the strides taken by a narrative development. Now, judging by that Q&A, that's really weird, because from the way this guy's talking, it's almost as if they're completely remaking the game on Xbox One, like the story and everything, which, don't get me wrong, I'm down with and I'm cool with, but from the way that sounds, that definitely eliminates the possibilities of crossplay and stuff like that in the future. It's one thing, to just have to rebuild a UI for console, but from the way they're talking in that interview, they're recreating a whole lot of different things for this game. So one thing I will say is that interview right there, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below, that does clear up a lot and let us know that, there were some serious reasons why this game's been delayed, and it's almost like they're just recreating the game from the ground up, which is, I appreciate, the fact that they're going to such far lengths for console. I completely understand. But the things that do concern me is a lot of the points that that Nova DBZ had made in his video, and here's the only thing that shocked me and worried me a little bit. If you ever watch Nova DBZ's videos, I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description below. Overall, he is a very positive, just loving, all-out, awesome guy. And whenever he gets, concerned or has a bit of a sour taste in his mouth for something, especially as, something that's a big developer meeting like that in a private show with content creators, that bugs me. And, if it was anyone else in the world, I wouldn't be too concerned. But the fact that, it kind of left, Nova a bit concerned. I'll leave a link to his video so you guys can see what I'm talking about and stuff himself. But that just, makes me a little worried, because like I said, if you watched any of the other dude's content at all, Nova is overall a really positive, hype kind of guy. He's kind of like me, just a lot more upbeat and everything. He's got a great voice for commentary and everything like that. And the fact that he wasn't, I'm not going to say his video was negative, but the fact that he wasn't really pleased with what he saw after meeting the development team and everything he learned, and he talked about more content being cut from the game, and stuff like that. And that's a lot of the mistakes that we've seen with Terra. And the only thing that really concerns me is I don't want to get you guys all pumped up for this game and and we go through the same crap again. Like, I really don't want to see anybody go through that. Because remember, guys, like I said, I love developers. I work with developers. I'm partnered with Pearl Abyss. I'm partnered with NMAS. I'm partnered with My.com. You know, I'm partnered with all kinds of developers out there. But one thing, the main reason I am here is for you guys. You know, these videos are for y'all. Yes, you know, I do want to see these developers and stuff like that succeed, but the overall product that we're showcasing, that us content creators showcase and that developers make, is for you guys, the viewers, the fans, the players. And hell, I'm a player too. I spend more time playing these games than I do making videos on them, which, you know, is a bit of a problem, but hey, you know, whatever. I'm a passionate gamer. I enjoy it. But just remember that, guys. One thing I always want to make sure is, you know, just that I'm looking out for y'all in the end. But anyway, guys, y'all enjoyed this video. Smash that thumbs up button for me. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy, Tnek127. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace out. Take care.